The continued presence of violent extremism in northeastern Nigeria has left communities, families and individuals vulnerable to insurgency and violent extremism across the region. The sustained conflict has greatly affected people's livelihood, particularly the survivors of violence and kidnappings, which remain prevalent in the area. Since 2020, Hidayah and the Neem Institute have worked with community leaders and civil society organizations in supporting survivors and families in the northeast of Nigeria.
Apart from the capacity building on CVE, radicalization leading to extremism, psychosocial support, psychosocial first aid, how to handle the first aid given to families that are affected by armed conflict, Hidayah gives you a room where you get to meet other organizations that are implementing projects in line with countering violent extremism and beyond countering violent extremism.
I was stigmatized and became object of mockery when I returned home. At first, when I returned, I was unmarried, but later I got married. As the second wife, I experienced various degrees of abuse and despicable treatment from my co-wives, who often referred to me as wife of violent extremists.
Hidayah believes in a whole-of-society approach to prevent violent extremism and support the rehabilitation and reintegration of survivors. The program encouraged civil society organizations and community leaders to work together and be critical actors of change through activities with community members, youth leaders, and academic institutions.
We engage various stakeholders like community leaders, where we revive the traditional dispute resolution system in our state. The traditional leaders have been given the chance to interact with the community and settle minor disputes without taking it to the security outfit, thereby, establishing a sense of commitment and then a sense of unity among themselves. And this is also earning them a lot of respect and loyalty from the community members.
The program has been instrumental in engaging and empowering community members and in providing a safe space for dialogue and peaceful conflict resolution.
One of the unique things about the trainings with Hidayah is that it has enabled us to realize that it is not all about bringing out the community members. It's about us taking the empowerment to their community, because we discovered that it helped the trainings and whatever area we're giving them to be accepted and to be sustainable, rather than bringing the community members out. So we engage them in their community. That's the unique thing about the trainings that we've been doing.
We have used our community response network approach to be able to foster peace even amongst members in the community. So one scenario I would paint here is an issue that we had in one of the communities that was reported during the bi-monthly meetings with the CRNs, where the farmer reported of damage being caused on his farm by the herders. We've used the community response network, who were able to bring both parties to an amicable resolve, where they laid their complaints, and then the damage that was caused on the farm was being resolved and the money was being paid back to the farmer for the damage that was caused. So this has also helped us in mitigating even some of those issues that have not been identified within the community, and people know how to go about resolving issues like this before they even escalate to larger problems in the society.
Civil society organizations and community leaders also play a critical role in providing survivors and families with education, economic support, and life skills to ensure reintegration and reduce social stigma.
We have different mechanisms in place, but some of them include peace building activities, like putting the youths together to play ball, to attend evening classes, because most of them lack formal and even the religious education. And for the girls growing up, Some of them could make crafts, soap making. So we got those who knew it to assist others to do with our support, and we followed up, got them doing something. So that really helped in the community.
These initiatives were particularly beneficial for vulnerable youth and traumatized community members and produced significant impact on the ground.
Actually, Fomfomari has been like a no-go zone back then, because this very place we are sitting, some years back during the insurgents, you can see them freely moving with their guns around here. And in a way, we are living in their midst. You see, we are living in a great danger. How interactive when it comes to our community of Fomfomari, me and my fears, we were like in a state of dilemma, so to say, in a confused state. And then Hub Interactive come in, begin to give us support through trainings and capacity buildings. This psychosocial support and trauma counseling, it has helped and trained us through which we can make our leaders to hear our voices. You understand? Back then, we hardly can come to our community leader and start with him, because they see us as useless in the community, that in a way we are contributing to the violence in the community. Then, you know, coming up, Hub Interactive has changed the narratives, where they see us as, you know, some people who can contribute meaningfully to the community and to the peace building at the same time.
The program also provided the space to discuss existing methodologies for engaging survivors and accessing their needs.
We normally bring the survivors first of all, then we create an atmosphere that is favorable for them to air out their experience. This training used to take like 4 to 5 days depending on their situation. First, we used to do assessments, individual assessments. Then we come back the next day where they share their experience as individual. Then after then, we categorize survivors with similar cases. After this experience sharing, then we come back the next day where we conduct trauma counselings.
Honestly, I learned a lot from the training. Before the training, I could hardly get along with people due to their demeaning behaviors towards me. They regarded me as a wife to a violent extremist and would not like to have any form of association with me. The training content helped me to overcome the trauma and associated problems that I had struggled to overcome in the past. Now, I am fully confident and hopeful for a better future.
We sincerely appreciate the effort of Temoko Development Foundation, being an indigenous organization, which in their efforts were able to have collaboration with the NIM and by extension with Hedaya, which has brought so many important things to our country, to our state, and to the Emirate in particular.
Hedaya and NIM Institute remain committed in working with civil society organizations and community leaders in the northeast of Nigeria and in providing them with a space, additional skills, and knowledge to be powerful actors of change. Through the empowerment of families and community members, we actively contribute to the journey of recovery.